I'm Clay Newman. This is the Zoo Review. Today we'll be dipping our first opposable digit into the primate pool with the golden lion tamarin. These guys are basically tiny little glam rockers. It's like Little Sweet from the Diet Dr. Pepper commercials in animal form. The golden lion tamarin apparently knows how cute it is because they are horny as hell. Their mating season lasts all the way from September to March, and if the females play their cards right, they can give birth twice in 1 year, which is very rare in the world of primates. Now, the mane is beautiful, but they've got angry little faces and screechy little voices, so I can't give them a 20 out of 20 with Adorableness. Golden lion tamarin, you get a 18 to start out with. These little guys are one of the smallest primates in the world. Their body rarely grows longer than 10 inches, and they are almost never weighed in at more than a pound. Because of that, they have a lot of predators to worry about out there. Like the poet Axl Rose once said, "You're in the jungle, baby! You're gonna die!" They have to worry about wildcats, snakes, birds of prey, even rats. If you have to worry about rats, you are not high up on the food chain. They're not totally inept. They've got tiny little claws which they can use for scratching, and they are fiercely territorial creatures, but I wouldn't exactly call them badass. In this category, they get a 6. Like most monkeys, the golden lion tamarin are omnivores. Because their life is restricted almost entirely to treetops, they have to be able to eat anything they could find up there. They live in relatively small group for monkeys, usually about 10 or 15 in size. They bond through grooming, and the entire group, including the males, helps raise the young, which definitely earns them some points as far as intelligence go. The thing they lose points on is they have a tail that is longer than their body, and they do not use that tail to climb. That, my friends, is a waste of a goddamn tail, and that's losing you points, monkey. You get a score of 13 for intelligence. The golden lion tamarin went a couple directions that most primates don't go in the special skills category. Because they spend their entire lives living in the canopy, they are made to climb trees. Those little claws I mentioned, those are actually adapted fingernails that have grown out to be in claw form. Their thumbs are not fully opposable, and their big toes face backwards. Plus, they are tiny enough to fit inside the holes of trees. The fur may not seem like it's very camouflage friendly, but luckily for the golden lion tamarin, and luckily for us who likes looking at the golden lion tamarin, most of its predators are colorblind, so they can be as flashy as they want to be. Unfortunately, like most animals that are built to live in the jungle, these skills, while they are impressive, will hurt them in the next category. But as far as special skills go, these guys are pretty cool, and they are built to live where they live, so they get a score of 14. Will they make it? Oh, not likely. The golden lion tamarin exclusively lives in the jungles outside of Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. At this point, there are about 1,500 of them left in the wild, mostly due to the fact that they've lost about 90% of their environment in recent years. They've got one little thing that might have belonged in the special skills category, but I think it's really going to help them here. The golden lion tamarin has twins. Very rare in the primate world, but they're already used to having so many predators that they try to boom whenever their population can, which means that conservation efforts are plausible. Plus, they're clearly adorable enough to save because people are currently breeding them in captivity and releasing them in the wild. It's a great project. If you want to support it, it's the SaveTheLionTamarin.org. SaveTheLionTamarin.org. It's a good way to donate to help these fluffy little creatures out. Because it's not looking good. Will they make it? They've got a score of 4. When you factor everything in, the golden lion tamarin, you shouldn't be getting cocky, you sexy little bastard. You've only got a score of 55, just on the good side of average as far as animals go, right in the middle of the pack as far as our competition. I want to give a big ol' shout out to Sarah for sending me that footage. If you have animal footage, please send it my way. Hit me up on Instagram at clay.newman. I want to give another shout out to David and to Liz for donating to the Help Clay Ride a Rhino Fund, also known as Clay picked a very bad time to move to LA to pursue his comedy dreams fund. You guys are amazing. Thank you all you folks who have been sharing and liking and all of that good stuff. If you have feedback, give it to me. I really don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm merely a humble stand-up comedian who barely knows his way around technology. Luckily, this is not popular yet, so nobody's been yelling at me when I've been factually inaccurate. But if you've got feedback, let me have it, baby. I want to know. I want this to get better. Thank you guys again. My name's Clay Newman. Have a good rest of your day.